All right, this is my Wednesday movement session. Just a day full of body movements, just moving the body. No, like weights really involved. Just body weight, getting the body moving, flowing, finding some fluidity, creativity, making things fun. We just started with 5 minute simple pogo hops. Get everything loose, get everything good, getting the calf kind of feeling good. Into our spinal hygiene. Again, this is sped up, so this is not full speed. Again, just starting at the neck, working your way down through different movements, moving the joints, moving the body through like full ranges of motion, different ranges of motion, challenging it and getting that spine, the engine that's going to help us go ready for the day by getting it loose, getting it primed, so to speak. You're ready to go. So, I don't know, there's a few different neck moves, a few different spine bending moves, and finish with spinal waves, and then these kind of spinal rotation. Pick these up from Dr. Tommy John, from his book, or maybe it was social media, whatever. But I do these every day, a couple times a day. And then we get into hit on the red light, get some red light going while we do our crawls. So I use this as kind of my aerobic conditioning cardio session. So I have the heart rate monitor on, just keeping that heart rate zone 1, zone 2, whatever you want to call it, lower end. Some of it gets actually kind of more towards the upper end once you start doing like the more dynamic ones, but just started with bear crawls, forward, backwards. I really like the, what the heck are these? I don't even know what these are called, but great for the shoulders. The red light makes my back look jacked too, which is pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, forward, backwards. Then we get into some crab walks. Again, forward, backwards. Just hitting a bunch of different, whatever you want, if you want to call them animal movements, primal movements, just human movements. This is the way humans are meant to move. We're meant to move our bodies and challenge our bodies in different ways. You probably did a lot of this stuff as a kid. Why don't you do it as an adult? Because it looks weird? Well, that's too bad. You're missing out on all the benefits, the strength, the mobility, the just overall kind of stamina, the conditioning, the cardio you'll get. And especially in these joints, the areas that are probably troubling you, your shoulders, your back, your hips, your knees. This stuff is all going to benefit that because you're moving and challenging yourself, and you're just going to be a better mover. You'll be able to, whether you're a parent, want to get on and play with your kids, get on and off the floor, or you're a grandparent, want to do the same thing, or you fall and you got to get up, slip and fall on the ice. It's getting cold here now. Ice is right around the corner. So these types of things can help in those situations when you're on the ground. One of my personal favorites, I call them Spider-Man, you can call them lizards, whatever you want. Just really moving that spine, those hips, getting everything kind of syncing together. That's another big thing with the synchronization, I guess you could call it, so to speak, of the spine, the hips, the body moving all at once and all together. Because if you're an athlete, especially, you're going to want to be fluid and move your body syncing together, where if you're just hitchy and robotic, it's not going to work. So hit the Spider-Mans here, one of my favorites. Again, it's not just constant go with this. Take a rest as needed. It's not meant to be high intensity. That's the problem with when you go to all your group classes and things like that. You're just go all the time. You never stop, take a breath, and actually let the exercise do what it's supposed to do, and rest a little bit to prime yourself to go again. Again, these are not high intensity either. So take days that are lower intensity, and you're just focusing on movement, focusing on breathing, focusing on the fluidity and letting the body do what it's supposed to do. Duck walks, another great movement for the hips, for the knees. If you can't get this low, that's fine. Start with where you are. Start with maybe you're like a quarter of this way down, and just go from there and build yourself up and build that confidence. Let the body know that you can get into these different ranges of motion. Even it might be tough, it might be a little struggle or painful or whatever it is. But keep doing it and you get better. Crane kicks, again, I just recently started doing these. I like these for the hamstrings. Again, just kicking. I don't know if a crane actually does this or not, but whatever. I saw them somewhere, and I just decided it's an animal movement. I'll do it. So again, it feels good on the hamstrings. It also works on hips, helping getting that height and lengthening everything out in the hamstrings and moving with the body while you're walking. So just another variation to add in there. And we went sideways bears. Again, you're not just gonna, just like sprinting, you're not just gonna go forward in a straight line. Go side to side, go laterally, go backwards, go diagonally, zigzag, create different patterns, different movements, different directions. The body doesn't move in one direction. We're, what are we, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional? I don't know, 3-dimensional, so we go everywhere. Not just forward in a straight line. We go forward diagonally, forward. I guess you can't go forward laterally, technically, can you? But whatever. You get the picture. Go in every direction, every way. I call these gorilla walks. There's other ways. People call the Frogger one. I'll do those, I think, next, probably, if I remember right. But I like to do these kind of on your fists. And I know gorillas walk on their knuckles, but I'm not tough enough to do that yet, strong enough on the fingers and knuckles yet. So we do on the fists and just kind of nice and slow. Watch a gorilla walk. And kind of get distracted watching. I was watching AEW. I think it was a Derby match on there, but recorded that. So gotta have a little something to distract me while I'm doing it, obviously. But again, on the knuckles, on the fists. Nice slow. Watch the hips, watch the shoulder blades. Let that rib cage move as well. Taking a little break here, a little breather, kind of let everything settle down. And really, those kind of wreck the knuckles as well. So it's tough when you're putting a lot of pressure on the knuckles or fingertips. So if you do like fingertip things, if you haven't done those, well, here's the frog hops. I've seen people call these gorillas, but I've never seen a gorilla do that. Frog doesn't really even do that either, but it looks more froggy than a gorilla to me. So whatever. It's not the name of what you call something. It's that you do it and you find things that work for you. People get so obsessed with names of what an exercise is called. Who gives a crap? It's an exercise that works, whatever you want to call it. I make up my own names because I make up the stuff, and like the Cossack Squad, I call it HBK because that's what HBK does. I like to make it more fun, make it wrestling terms, make it sports terms, whatever you want to call it, rather than the dumb terms that these S&C guys come up with. And I have no idea what I would call this. Maybe the you got a rod stuck up your butt crawl, everything stiff crawl, no bend in the knees, don't bend the arms. Just, I don't know, I just thought of this today, and just wide out, maybe spider, I don't know, but not really bending anything. You're just kind of stiff. It looks funny when I'm watching. It looks like I got to stick up my butt, but yeah. So yeah, just another variation. Just make it have fun. Training doesn't have to be super serious. It should be fun. It should be playful, creative, imaginative. That's where you're going to get the best results. Then the twisters. This one, if you do this one fast, this one can get your heart rate up pretty good. But just rotating, letting those shoulders move, letting those hips move, rotating back and forth. Get a little dizzy, catch your breath, and unwind. Go back the other way. So this total was like, I did this for about 10 minutes of just these regular crawls. Then you'll see the next video or the next part of it. I did 10 more minutes of kind of some more crawl variations. So 20-minute totals of crawls, but just more bear crawls on different levels and different heights. So, because I think it was this. And then we did the, I don't know what to call them, kind of think of like a cheetah or a cat running, but I look bad when I do them. Plus I don't have a ton of room, and it's tough to like extend out on the concrete. So if I was out in like an open field, these next ones would be better. I've been working on them. They look better than when I started, of course, which most stuff does if you do it over time, which is good. But again, I really like these ones. If I had a little bit more room to extend out rather than however big long my basement is, like 3 of these and I'm ready to hit the wall. So you just kind of explode out on the back feet, pushing up the back feet, and then catch yourself and propel forward with the arms and then feet again. So this is a good dynamic one, more explosive movement, explosive crawl. So that was the first half of the crawling, and then here's the second half where I just put out a bunch of mats and pads and just crawl on different levels, going up and down and just changing elevations. Again, letting the body react, adapt, going up and over, around, on and off, hitting different heights, different levels. Again, putting the body, the shoulders, the hips, changing levels. And it's just a good overall strength, cardio, conditioning training session, because this is a full body. Everything, as I've said multiple times in this video, has to sync together to move efficiently and move well. So this time we're going just like sideways, feet up, feet down, hands up, just getting everything on different planes, different levels, and having fun doing it. It just makes things more fun. Yeah, you probably want to just start out with just crawling and master basic crawling without anything, and then as you get better, because most adults I've worked with, most kids can't even crawl anymore. It's pretty pathetic, and definitely most adults, because they haven't done it in if ever. So do it. It's your body will thank you. Your joints will thank you. Your shoulders, your hips, your abs will get a workout. Your low back, everything will get a good workout if you're doing it right, and just letting the body loose. It's not about being stiff. Yes, you can do the robot dog and be stiff doing it, but I prefer to be loose and let everything flow, let the ribs flow. So then we did the ones where we just feet up, elevating different height. And then I don't know if I have it in the video where I did the hands up too. So just hitting different variations, making things fun, not having everything be the exact same all the time, because that gets boring. Then we went into we did about 5 minutes of tumbling, rolls, handstands, those types of things. So throw all the pads, so we just roll as many times. I can only get about 3 to 4 before I hit the end of them, the end of the pads, and hit the concrete. So then shoulder to shoulder, so right shoulder to left shoulder, kind of just pairing them back and forth. This one is a little better, I think. Yeah, so right into it rather than getting up and stopping. So, and I'm going to be putting a throwing variation of those in on my Saturday workouts, which you'll see if I get that videotaped this weekend. So then we get into handstands as well. I think I had a pretty decent, it felt a lot longer. It felt a lot longer. It feels longer when you're doing it than watching it back on the video, because I think that sense of time in our heads is so much different than the actual time. It's like, oh, you're watching a minute tick down, and you're like, this is so long. Is it that one? No, it might be this one, where I felt like it was like 10 seconds, but it's probably like 1, 2. Maybe I didn't even tape it. Oh yeah, that was a couple seconds. Yeah, that was my best one. So I'm getting better. It's all about just finding that balance point really in the handstand, and then being able to safely roll out of it or fall out of it. Then we finished. Actually, this wasn't finished. We did 5 minutes of rings. So just, again, exploring the rings, taking time when you need it. Really hit the shoulders, hit the low back, hit the back again with some extensions there. Hangs. I don't know what those are. Upside down pull-ups. We did some dips. Again, it sucks because I don't have full height, so I have to smash my upper body against there. Those holds I want to get up to be like an iron cross T hold, whatever you call it, like the gymnasts do. But dip holds, taking time off when we need them. Again, on those hands, on those shoulders. Again, I think this is one of the best exercises you can do for shoulder health. Skin the cat. And some cobra hangs. And finished with hitting the neck, because you got to protect the neck, like Wu-Tang said. So we did some neck bridges here. Really got to start doing more of these. Got them programmed in now, so it should be good. So a lot of wrestlers do these. So strengthen the neck, just rock back and forth. on the back of the head and then flip over to the other side, and I'll do it the front side as well. You could do it just holding your head up too, or pushing the pressure on your neck, holding your back up. Again, so finished with the neck, did some iso holds as well, some split holds and some split squats, but didn't film them. So that's what we had today. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.